Welcome to our Politics Discussion Podcast. I'm Claire, and I'm joined today by Alan.
Hello, I'm Alan. Today we're covering several key stories in U.S. politics and international affairs.
Let's start with the news that U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and his wife, Usha Yahya, have welcomed their fourth child, making him the first sitting U.S. Vice President to have a baby in over 150 years. The baby boy, named Alec Neil Vance, was born at Walter Reed Medical Center.
That's quite a historic milestone. What are the implications of this news given Vance's political stance on family and birth rates?
Well, the reporting highlights that Vance has been an advocate for higher birth rates in America throughout his political career. This personal event aligns with his public policy positions.
So how does this fit into the broader context of his political agenda? Has he made any specific statements about family policies recently?
According to the articles, Vance continues to champion causes related to family and birth rates. The birth of his fourth child is seen as reinforcing his personal commitment to these issues.
It's interesting that the birth occurred at Walter Reed Medical Center. Does that suggest anything about their personal preferences or security considerations?
The choice of Walter Reed might imply certain security or medical considerations, but the articles don't delve into specifics about their reasoning.
Moving on to international news, Hamas has named Khalil al-Hayya as its new overall leader following the death of Yahya Sinwar in combat with Israeli forces.
Yes, al-Hayya is described as a senior Hamas official with ties to Iran and experience as a negotiator. He was elected in a runoff vote against Khaled Mashal.
What does his background suggest about the potential direction of Hamas under his leadership?
The reporting indicates that al-Hayya survived an Israeli raid on Qatar and has good ties with Iran, which might influence Hamas's stance and negotiations.
How does this change in leadership potentially affect the ongoing conflict between Hamas and Israel?
The article suggests that al-Hayya's experience as a negotiator could impact Hamas's approach to negotiations, but the exact implications are not clear.
Let's switch to a different story. President Trump recently stated that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will not be arrested while in the U.S., countering a call by New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani for Netanyahu's arrest over alleged war crimes.
That's right. Trump said Netanyahu will not be arrested in any way, shape, or form while in the United States. This comes after Mamdani suggested Netanyahu belongs in The Hague for war crimes in Gaza.
So Trump's statement effectively overrides the mayor's call for action. What are the potential diplomatic implications of this?
The article suggests that Trump's statement could have significant diplomatic implications, particularly regarding U.S.-Israel relations and the handling of international law.
How does this relate to the broader context of U.S. foreign policy under Trump's administration?
The reporting indicates that Trump's stance on Netanyahu's potential arrest aligns with his broader approach to international relations and allies.
President Trump has also imposed a 50% tariff on most Canadian goods, citing disputes over American autos, alcohol, and dairy products.
Yes, this move is seen as potentially unleashing economic chaos and risks higher inflation. Trump claims Canada has unfairly discriminated against these American products.
How might this tariff affect trade relations between the U.S. and Canada?
The article suggests that the tariff could lead to retaliatory measures from Canada and strain bilateral trade relations further.
What are the potential economic consequences for both countries?
The reporting highlights risks of higher inflation and economic disruption, particularly in industries directly affected by the tariffs.
Finally, Senator Darlene Graham has announced she will run for a full term in the Senate seat previously held by her late brother, Lindsey Graham.
That's right. Darlene Graham, who was appointed to fill the remainder of Lindsey Graham's term, now seeks to continue in the role.
What are the implications of her candidacy for the Republican primary and the broader Senate race?
The articles mention that her entry complicates the Republican scramble to select a Senate nominee, potentially affecting the party's dynamics.
How does her personal connection to Lindsey Graham influence her campaign or public perception?
The reporting indicates that Darlene Graham feels she can continue her her brother's work, but it doesn't delve deeply into how voters perceive her candidacy. As we wrap up today's discussion, it's clear that these stories cover a wide range of significant political developments, both domestically and internationally.
Indeed, from the personal milestones of U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance to the shifting leadership in Hamas, and from trade policies to Senate races, there's much to consider in the current political landscape.
That's all for today's episode. Thank you for listening.
Goodbye, and see you later.